been amazing, actually, just having the opportunity to come into an atmosphere like this with a first-year coach and having the opportunity to play in a bowl game is one of a lifetime experience. We're just trying to take advantage of it.
And for you specifically, Juju, your role might have changed a little bit. Z decided to go ahead and move on and shortens the running back room. So how much are you looking forward to this? Have there been any different wrinkles put in to emphasize you?
There hasn't been any specific wrinkles emphasized in our game plan because it's kind of weird. The backfield we have, all of our backs are very versatile and interchangeable. So we pretty much sticking to the same game plan. We're still gonna miss the Quandre, but yeah, it's exciting to see what next season's gonna bring.
I think Coach Satterfield talked about you bringing more of the energy in practice. Is that something you've kind of maintained and told yourself to do more, or is that just something that comes natural to you?
That's really something natural, ever since I was a younger kid, just like I said, just having the opportunity to come out here and lace up one more time every day, it brings an excitement about me that's unmatchable, So every time I get the chance to come out here, and spend a day with my guys on the field, it's a blessing to me, so I embrace it.
What have you learned about yourself this year?
About myself, honestly, dealing with Coach Day and just going through some of those testaments. I really learned a lot about myself. I didn't know I was as strong mentally as I was. I knew I was pretty strong physically, of course, playing football. But from a mental standpoint, coming here and being introduced to new things has kind of allowed me to realize how I can elevate myself from a mental standpoint.
What have you looking back at the overall offense for 12 games? How would you sum it up?
Overall offense for 12 games? I would just say explosiveness. That's what we pride ourselves off of: competitiveness, consistency, and on top of that, explosiveness. And I feel like coming into each and every game, that was one of our key targets. Explosive plays. So I just feel like we have to keep our head tracked on that.
What have you taken away from being in a position group with so many older guys who've been around, like Kevin and all them? What's that been like for you as a young guy?
It's been amazing, actually, just being able to surround yourself with not only the support system, but the backs that contain the accolades that they do. It's amazing, and it gives you a huge stepping ground, and it's not really as much as trying to work into a position so much. When you're surrounded by a group of backs like that, I think it's more of just gaining experience and seeing how much you can take in, because I feel like that's the step between being an average next year back and elevating yourself to the potential that you thought you had, just taking in and seeing those guys do what they did and learning as much as possible from them and trying to implement as much as they're positive in my game as I can, and make myself a better player. What's up, baby?
I apologize because you probably already been asked this, but how does life kind of change with Zaquandre moving on and in that room as you look ahead to a bowl game?
With Zaquandre leaving, like I said before, he's a guy that everybody on the team, anybody that has something to do with our organization is gonna miss Zaquandre. He brings about an energy that's unmatchable, but he taught us a lot. We have to learn from him and continue to be consistent with our game plan and kind of try to follow in his footsteps, because he set a path for us that he set a pretty good path. So, playing with him last year, it kind of gave us a stepping stone, and it also allowed us, sometimes sit back on the back burner and take coaching from a player standpoint, reading and learning from his pros and cons to help us make us better players. But most definitely this year we're going to miss him a lot, but we have to go forward, make progression, make him proud as he goes on, making that progression to the next level.
Juju, I'm not sure if you heard the comments from Satterfield the other day when he was talking about his pitch to Rattler and saying, he probably don't think we stink right now.
Yeah.
As someone that deals with Satterfield every day, and there's obviously that narrative out there, what can you tell us that we don't see every day in just the direction that he's taken, not just this program, but this offense in terms of the future?
Yeah, Coach Sat, he gets a lot of backlash, kind of because of some of the consequential games we had, but people got to understand, this is a first-year coaching, it's a first-year atmosphere. We have players that have never been in the same room together, so it takes time. As the seasons progress, people started to understand that and see how we progress as doing our games. But Coach Satterfield, he's the type of person, you know, he's genuine. He actually cares about the players. He cares about progression. He's not the type of coach that just wants the accolades under his belt. He puts everybody on the field in position to get the accolades under their own belt and make the team successful.